Hi, this is Chris with fotojelly, and I'm very excited to share with you a preview of our version 1.0 of fotojelly for Windows Phone. Um, for those of you who are not familiar with fotojelly, we are a photo sharing platform that provides a service to individuals and groups to share albums individually and collectively, with a very strong focus on social network integration and event services. With this current release of the product, highlighted here on a Nokia Lumia 800 phone, we've really tried to emphasize integration with Facebook as our initial foray into providing that level of service. So one of the things that you'll notice right off with this new version of the product is we've added subscribed as a category. And subscribed does exactly as you would imagine. It shows the albums that you have subscribed to and as compared to the albums that you own or the jellies that you own called My Jellies. So the way that you add albums is you click on Discover. And in this case, what this provides is a list of all the existing jellies that are public or that you have been added to that you can view. So if I come down here and select, let's say, Memorial Day, I can actually click on the little push button or the thumbtack here, and that subscribes me to that album. I can also look and see who created the album, how many photos are in it, and how many times it was liked, and the comments associated with it. So this is just our first foray into really making it easier to take albums that you have discovered and add them very easy to the list of albums that you have access to, both for viewing as well as adding your own photos too. Going left to right, you'll also see that we've added more content to the profile section, including the number of albums or jellies that you have added, the number of photos that you've added in total, and then under profile settings, we're providing two setting options. One is for saving photos to your camera before uploading to fotojelly. This helps to lower the risks if you're in a situation where you may have a less than optimal cellular or Wi-Fi connection. You know that there may be a risk that if you upload the photo to fotojelly and you happen to, say, be in a car and go into a tunnel, it's likely that that photo will not get uploaded. So by selecting this, while it does add a little bit of time to the actual uploading process of the photo, it does ensure that you do have a local copy if something should go wrong. Secondly is the update Facebook status. And this is a way to really promote the public albums that you're creating. So when you create an album, if it's a public album, it will add a Facebook status update to your wall that lets people know that there's an album out there that you can that they can either contribute to or look at. We've also added a badges display. So right now, for the first few hundred individuals who download and fotojelly and use fotojelly, they'll get this limited edition badge, launch badge. And over time, we'll be adding more badges that are unique to specific events and categories of albums and certain attainments. So definitely watch for that. And then we continue to have the list of our links to our Facebook, Twitter, and blog pages as well. So going back into the jellies themselves, there's a couple other things I thought would be great to show. So if I go in here to My Jellies, again, talking about the integration that we have with Facebook, you'll see that one of the items that I now have the ability to do, if I come here to an individual photo, is I can actually select an individual photo by selecting this little button here, and that will upload the photo to Facebook. So while I may be someone who's contributing to an album that someone else owns, and it may be a private album, I may want to have individual photos that I've taken shared out with other friends and family. So this is, again, one of the things that we're doing to really be a platform that enables individuals to be as selective and as inclusive as they want to be with their photos. So this gives me the ability to contribute to an album that someone else may own, but still have that photo sent out to more of my friends and followers. and you have the ability to comment and view other individuals' comments on those photos as well. So if I take another step back here, you'll see, as I mentioned earlier, that I'm able to see additional content on the details of the album itself that was created. And in fact, if I go back and select the button for creating an album, you'll see a lot more goodness that we've added to this experience as well. So if I select, so you'll see here I can add in the title information, I can give a full description. We're continuing to add additional categories, but then you'll see here that we now have the ability to create a private jelly. And by creating a private jelly, you're limiting the view and the contributions to a specific individuals or groups. For this version of the product, we're focusing on Facebook groups. And so you'll notice here that if I select the private jelly, I could then select a specific Facebook group that I am either part of or have ownership of. So if I select, say here, Churchill Club, which happens to be individuals that are part of my housing subdivision, this album would be limited to only individuals who are part of that Facebook group being able to see that album and add photos to it. And if I wanted to take it one step further, I can come down here to make this an event like I could in the past, but now I can also create a Facebook event to go along with this. And this is an interesting way to really bring some more value to how you leverage your Facebook interactions. And again, we're continuing to look at other services, event services to add into fotojelly, and we welcome your feedback. But with this capability here, I can now say, start by creating an album for holding, let's say, pictures of my son's birthday. And by making it a Facebook event, I can then use that Facebook event to broadcast out to others that while they may not be individuals who want to create or add photos, they'll still know of the event, they can attend the party, and they can also go to our website and have access to be able to view the photos there as well. So again, we continue to really focus on making this a great platform for sharing photos and contributing to what your friends and others are also providing. Then just a few other things I wanted to show in terms of how we're continuing to improve the product. If I go out of the application itself and I go into my saved pictures, one of the often asked items is the ability to take existing photos and add them into an album. Now, one of our tenets has really been to really focus on context and giving album hosts the ability to define the locations and the times in which photos can be added. But if there's such a situation arises that you need to add a photo to an album after the fact, we have added that ability. So if you click on the menu for that photo and click on share, you'll now see that fotojelly is one of the sharing options. And again, we'll still respect things like location and date and time for the album itself. But if it's just a general album, you can actually then select the jelly and add the photo after the fact. This is also a way to ensure that if you do run into a situation where the photo itself is not able to be added at the time it's taken, you can, in most cases, go back and add it to the album later on. And so this is just a really quick overview of the things that we're doing within fotojelly to continue to really build a platform that helps individuals, helps groups, and helps businesses to feel that they have an opportunity to build and contribute to albums that really focus on adding a lot of context to the individual photos and the albums that they're working with. So for those of you who are in our current beta, you will by now have received an email from us with more information on how to download this version of the app. And we expect to have the formal launch for version 1.0 of Windows Phone for fotojelly for Windows Phone in the next couple of weeks. So thank you, and we hope that you enjoy what you're seeing and keep using our product. Thank you.